Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Stainless Steel with Portugal, where the Kingdom of Leon are very much on the charge against us and the Pope doesn't like us, so how that's going to go is anyone's guess. The Kingdom of Aragon is excommunicated and I believe only has Zaragoza left. That being said, if I go to the territorial ranking here, it shows not Leon, sorry. I know maybe Aragon only does have one. Between me and Genoa we managed to push them down, good. I don't really have the troops to push on them at the moment, or I do. This is a very tough army. Well, I'd rather let them come to me, if entirely possible. The faction leader is inside, so we might be able to make something work there. Elsewhere, we're still dealing with the Kingdom of Leon. We've made a push on Fez, which is excellent. But there's not much more we can do in this particular turn. Lisbon's going to need some more troops because there's some rather angry looking forces coming in. I don't think we can block this off with a fort. We can certainly try.
Onward.
If we put a fort here,
Preparing defensive fortifications, I will defeat you.
that does actually block them off for a turn, excellent. We'll put a unit of spear militia inside.
Move out.
It does buy us a turn. We might even be able to bring someone over from Oporto to help. Bring 2 units of these
God will see justice served in our battle.
light cavalry over to help. Our actual ranged infantry can't get there, but we can retrain and recruit here. We also want to think about maybe if there's something else we want here. Let's go for a drill square to maybe get Lightman arms up in Oporto. We also need to get Seville upgraded, so we'll save some money for that. I think that'd be wise. Let's get you inside Murcia.
Move out. Yes.
And what we'll do, we'll move them up to Valencia next turn. That's fine. Toledo, I'm a little concerned about his strength, but we are hiring tough units here. But they can get. There's no way I can block them off, really, in time. So we might just have to deal with the consequences of that. Mailed foot knights, some heavy cavalry, catapults, ballista. It's not ideal, and the Pope is very fond of the Kingdom of Leon. And this chap is still pretty young in the grand scheme of things. So let's end the turn and see what happens one way or another. Last time we had to break off our alliance with Sicily because they attacked Genoa, and Genoa being our more immediate allies, it was more important we had them on side as opposed to Sicily because Genoa is very powerful indeed. Also because they're fighting both France and Sicily, my hope is that they won't consider it proper to invade us at the moment because they have enough on their plate already, hopefully. At least that's the plan. Whether that's actually going to happen is another question, but we'll have to see. Okay, looks like Gaza might be a crusade target. I'm not sure that's one I'm going to go for. We'll have to see. It would at least get the Pope somewhat back on side with us, but I don't think we can spare the troops at the moment. Unless someone like Leon makes peace with us, but I don't see that happening anytime soon particularly. Spy going inside Fez. Well, that might even be an assassin. I think that is an assassin actually. Okay, force moving forward. We'll leave Marrakesh for a while because it's quite far away. We'll come back to that territory later. Excellent, you are now a crusading force, which means you are going to bugger off for the time being. That's very helpful. That's taken one army away from Kingdom of Leon. which is excellent. Oh, you're pushing to that chap. I thought you might. How are we going to do here? There's a lot of light men-at-arms and a lot of cavalry. And, unfortunately, also siege.
Do not fail me again,
Fall back, but they'll just attack again.
Camping here, my lord.
Oh, they won't. That's good. Fine, you're going to attack that fort now. That's fine, that's less problematic.
My lord, the enemy lays
And you're going to attack
What
Toledo.
shall we do?
Fine. So Kindred of Leon's coming in force to attack us. And apparently they're still allowed to do this without any repercussions. Toledo might be a tough ask, we'll have to see. But we're going to fight this tooth and nail, as we always do. But I want to keep pushing on the Kingdom of Aragon. Are you going to go on the boats? Or are you going to attack me here on the bridge? You are going to attack me on the bridge. No better place to take out this crusading force. It's going to be a tough one, mind. Now, King Mendo. You... Oh no, this is Alonso, so I'm not King Mendo. You're relatively healthy, military-minded, basic military education, marks of war, so it would be harder to kill him, and religious. Fine. There's probably not going to be a better place to at least knock down their numbers. I'm not necessarily expecting to win this fight, but I'm hoping to at least knock them down a little bit, so that I can just whittle down their strength further and further for either me or Genoa to come take their final capital city and knock them out of the campaign. In fact, I'll be intrigued to see if there's anything good in terms of speeches, because this is pretty much all their forces, I think. I don't think they've got anything else, as far as I can tell anyway.
It is not my way to send men into needless peril during battle. If I ask something of you, it is necessary. And I will not expect more of you than I would ask of myself. I have found that just orders are readily obeyed, and victory is the result. Fully 3 in 4 of our foes stand before you. Shall we show them how bravely you can fight, no matter what the enemy? Our lack of spears must be made good by our courage, and I see the enemy have many horsemen. All the better for them to run from us. And at the last, be of good heart. A battle's a little thing set against the works of God. If we fear, we die 1,000 times. And I would die but once in the company of good men. So if you would be brave, follow me!
That was a good speech. Some stuff I haven't heard there before. Right, we're going to be doing some very, very competent infantry. And our general is getting on in age somewhat. But I'm hoping we can use him to charge, at least to some extent here. Let's get all our melee troops together first. We've got a lot of range to work with, which is actually probably a good thing. I need my infantry to be bunched up very close, right here. And then my archers behind. On fire at will mode. Guard mode. Guard mode. You can go over here. You might be able to do something useful, I'm not sure. They will be required to push us, and I doubt they'll push in with the cavalry first. I imagine they'll push in with the very, very tough infantry. Yeah, these Crusader Foot Knights. They're going to hurt, make no mistake. There's no guarantee we win this. We will pull back if we need to. But I'm trying to at least knock down some of these troops. I want to move my archers as close as possible. In fact, I'm going to move them to here, so they are even closer to the fight. because I want my archers to be shooting constantly. Whether I don't think I use fire arrows, not that I have the ability to do so. It's a lot. The javelin one would be okay, but there's a lot of heavy infantry up front. Our archers and our cavalry are going to need to do some very good work here to stand a chance at helping. I'm moving these skirmisher cavalry even closer if I can. Like there, maybe. Because then they can at least shoot and fire. We might need to move the Lusitanians closer, but we'll get in first here. Charge, charge, charge. Everyone is now firing, good. This is going to be a tough old fight, this one, with the amount of heavy infantry that are here. We're going to have to use our cavalry here to some extent. Okay, those archers are already breaking, which is a good sign. We'll use our own light cavalry to break into them as well. If I lose the general, so be it, we do have others. I'm just trying to use my cavalry effectively here to cause some breaks and some routes. But I do need them to pull back as well. Some of our spearmen are already struggling quite heavily here. Okay, their general's bodyguard is coming in, that's going to be problematic for us. We've taken out 16% of them, so we are making progress for sure. Let's get these guys in. We need to use our cavalry somewhat effectively here. We can't let them just stand idly, they've got to do something useful. Right, cavalry pull back. Got to make sure our light cavalry doesn't break, they're probably the ones the most prone to breaking initially. Taken out 26% of them so far. Looks to me like what's coming in now? I can't even tell what's going on anymore really. I think the Crusader Knights coming in, which is problematic. Fire those Crusader Knights please. Our infantry is starting to struggle now, I can see them weakening. Let's get back in there. So we've got to try use our cavalry somewhat effectively here. So I don't necessarily need to win this fight, but I've got to kill enough of them to negate the real strength of this army. Where is our general? Let's get him out of there. He's getting a bit too forward for my liking. He's taking quite a few hits here. He's not a young man anymore. I feel a lot of those Crusader sergeants aren't getting involved, which is pretty useful for us.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
We're taking out 52%, that's pretty good. Gotta keep our morale up somehow. Okay. I'm more concerned about these Crusader sergeants are still fresh. I want to deal with them if possible. Okay, we've got someone fighting to the death, that's good, that might trigger a rout overall. I mean, this will be the end of Kingdom. If we can win this fight decisively, this will be the end of Kingdom of Aragon. For sure. Take out that general. He's out of position, take him out. There's only 5 of them left. If we take out the general, that'll be the fight in our favour, I'd imagine. Again, I'd rather fight these guys here than actually in the castle, so the more we can take out the better. I'm going to actually transfer everyone over to attack that bodyguard. Because if that bodyguard goes down, it really does work in our favour. There we go.
Lord. Our men have
Excellent.
slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose heart.
Let's reform the line a little bit. And wait for... Oh, no, archers can continue firing at these Crusader sergeants until they're ready to actually attack again. So that's pretty good. A lot of their troops are now routing, which is wonderful. I want my archers to fire those Crusader sergeants, really. Okay, These Crusader sergeants are eager. We might struggle somewhat. And once these javelin men are done, they can join the front line. But we've taken out 75% of them, so even if they do survive, they're not going to survive by much. See how those Crusader sergeants, please. They're routing. Let's make sure they don't come back. I want those archers to fire on them specifically. You guys are out of arrows, you can join up with them. Same with you, sorry, out of javelins, not arrows. You guys don't do fire at will. Fire specifically at those Crusader sergeants because our archers are struggling because of it. They're running. Let's go. Take them out. Archers stop firing. Infantry move out of the way. Let's get our cavalry across here. They're in full retreat now. They haven't necessarily routed, but they're pulling back. Let's see what we can take out here. I mean, they haven't all routed, so we're going to be a little bit careful with our hinters, but we've finally dealt with this massive crusading army, which is really important, because it was a real struggle for us, to be honest. Yeah, one of these... Yeah, they will probably struggle against the Crusader sergeants. So we've got to be careful. I don't know why our general hasn't got involved here. I asked him to. Let's see if we can just break through these Crusader sergeants and get out of here. And our general might be able to do the job. Goodness me, those horses are struggling. That being said, we have mostly done what we need to. Let's just keep running. We're not going to be able to catch up to those Crusader sergeants there, I don't think. Trying to break through these Crusader sergeants is problematic. You can deal with these Crusader sergeants here. Send these guys after those broken Crusader foot knights. Got to watch my general though. He's going to have to pull back. Let's pull these guys back. He might be able to hit them from behind, cause them to rout.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a
Come on, come back here. I need you. I need you to take out these Crusader sergeants because they're knackering our horsemen. Charge into the back of them. That might assist us in dealing with this group here. There we go. They're routing. They're fighting to the death. Good. Who else can we chase down? See if we can chase these guys down before they head off the battlefield. Might be a bit of an ask, they're quite far away. Speed up time here as well. I don't think we can catch up to them. We might with our light cavalry if we're lucky. And that will keep them in the battlefield, but I think they're going to get away, unfortunately. We're not going to catch up to them.
Praise the Almighty! Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage.
We got a few of them. Let's go after that chap there, but he's going to exit.
The enemy are overcome.
There we go. Excellent.
This is a great victory, worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
That is a very important victory for us. Only 105 left. That's pretty much all of Aragon defeated. We can completely knock them off the field now. You can be executed because I don't want to fight you again. And we're going to push on Zaragoza as long as... I think Genoa's already taken their turn, so they shouldn't take Zaragoza before we do. Which would be excellent. Finally dealt with that marauding crusading force which has been a thorn in the back of our side for countless turns. It's finally dealt with, which is just excellent. Right, let's see what's happening at the end of turn. Gaza, if we don't join our reputation will suffer significantly. I don't really want to join it. I may not have a choice. Kingdom of Norway relations are poor. And England has attacked the Fatimid Caliphate. However, plenty of other people have already joined it. Venice, France, the Holy Roman Empire, England, Leon, Hungary, and Norway. We didn't assassinate that man, but that's okay. Fashion announcements. Alberto has come of age. Hello there. You are relatively healthy, biological son, administratively minded, night fighter. Lame or loin is unfortunate. Probably means he won't be that exceptional at such a thing. We already have someone inside there. He can go down and manage Silvers. That's fine.
We can march no further today.
King Lucas is going to get inside Salamanca to hold it. Now Toledo will come back to in a second.
Talk is cheap. Come face me.
We do have some decent units here, not many of them. But they are strong. Could we reinforce from somewhere? Cordoba doesn't really have anything to go with, unfortunately. We will give it some more spearmen though, as just a bit of a backup. You're going to push on Zaragoza. There's no point waiting at this point.
Laying siege. Is it time to take the walls, my lord?
Kingdom Aragon despises us, but that's fine. We can get them off the field once and for all, which would be excellent. I think Zaragoza is probably quite profitable for us as well. Let's keep sending you towards Rome.
Yes, Lord. Requesting an audience.
Construction at Barcelona. Communal farming. Excellent. Let's get these guys retrained. What do we want in Barcelona? Let's give it a church. That's fine. We can finally get on with construction. I know that Seville needs an upgrade, so it's no longer a wooden castle. Silvers, you're struggling a little bit for happiness. Let's give you a broth. Oh, I don't really want to give you a brothel. Give you a logging camp because that also makes things cheaper elsewhere. Down in Fez, that's also a bit troublesome. That's going to need a small church because of the high level of Islamic conversion there.
Yalla, my sultan wishes you
That's not a
dead.
particularly troublesome
I will not
force.
waste words on you, infidel.
I'd like to just set up a
Your Majesty. Your will.
watchtower nearby.
Yes. Closing for battle.
Ooh, Arab infantry. I don't think we've seen these guys before. They're pretty decent. But these guys are all infantry as far as I can tell. So even though it says that the army strength is against us, we've got plenty of cavalry
Men,
with throwing weapons. There's not going to be much they're able to do against that. But I want to build a watchtower to see what's going on in that part of the world.
My lord, the tide of battle seems to have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of events.
I'm not sure I agree with our kind of, I don't know, announcer, advisor, whatever you want to call it. There's not really much they can do. I know they're all spearmen, we're all cavalry. But we can just sit there and shoot them, really. I'm not sure they can do much to stop us, to be honest. And then we'll just have vast amounts of cavalry pushing in from every direction. And so, even though they are spearmen, I don't think we need to worry too much. And we've got a lot more maneuverability than they do, that's for sure. We've got our skirmish mode on, so they'll continue running away from them, so we really don't need to worry. They're also fighting uphill, so I really don't think this is something to worry about too much, to be honest. I haven't gone after that Arab infantry yet, but that's not a problem. I'm just letting them fire whatever they want, to be honest. I don't mind them knackering that group over there. Although I'd argue the Arab infantry are probably better than Nubian spearmen, so we might want to change over. Yeah, I think they're still mostly focusing on that group there. Let's get our own melee cavalry moving back. Just until our archers have done all they can here, or our skirmishing cavalry I should say. Once they've done all they can, then we can push in. Again, we've got the manoeuvrability of them, we can just tire them out and then push in when we need to. There's no point in committing our melee cavalry until our archers have done their job. Here we go, now we're going to start to push into this group. Excellent. You are nearly out of ammo, so we'll get you guys over here. Join in with up that group. I want to ensure that our troops don't charge in unnecessarily till we're ready. We've already taken out, what, 16% of them? It's not a lot, but they'll struggle with a large amount of cavalry attacking them at once, I would think. You're next to run out of ammo, that's fine. Okay, you're done. So you group together. We're just going to keep running away from them until we're ready. And you can keep throwing things at the Nubian spearmen, that's great. And as soon as you're done, we'll push in. I think the captain's back here as well, so we might want to push into them. Let's actually group this up by heavy cavalry and non-heavy cavalry. That's fine. Heavy cavalry can have one charge here, that's not a problem. You might even be able to take out the commander from the side, who knows. As long as we get a proper charge here, we should be okay. Lancers down.
Our foolish
Oh,
general has
for
thrown
goodness
his
sake.
life away, and perhaps our chances of victory
That's fine.
with it.
That's okay. We probably shouldn't have charged head on into some spearmen. We do have other generals. It's not a huge concern. Let's get you put him back. Let's group everyone together. That was very silly of me. But I think he was quite old already. I'm not sure actually. He might not have been. Anyway, even though we lost our general, we should be okay. We just outmaneuver whoever's left. Now we can go down here. I did charge headforth into some Arab infantry who were pretty decent at their jobs. We killed a lot of them, but the general did die in the process. We need to bring another general, possibly even two, down here to deal with this Moorish campaign. Let's get set up here for a big old charge. We've only lost about 3 horsemen. One of those happens to be the general. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Let's speed up time here. And let's go. Charge in, please, lads. Again, there is just a lot of cavalry here. They will struggle
Only half the enemy force
in terms of their
remains.
morale. There we go.
The battle seems to be swinging in our favor.
Let's pull back.
From such tidings does victory emerge. It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
So I don't think we need to worry too much, to be honest. Let's push back in. I don't really want the light cavalry to push in first, but they seem to be.
Our men have slain the Saracen general.
Excellent.
Now we must send his men. The enemy flees
we go.
the battle.
Lost a bit on our skirmishing cavalry there, but that's fine. We've got plenty of cavalry to ride everyone down here. It's a bit of a silly loss of a general, but I think we have plenty of generals at the moment, so I don't need to worry too much. We just need to bring a couple more down to the Moorish campaign here, because he was the only general in the area, and the whole reason we bought him out was to build a watchtower, which he can no longer do. That's fine. Let's knock down every single troop we can here.
By the Lord above, our foe has been much humbled. Let all who remember this day remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
A heroic victory, but the general was killed, so whether it was heroic, I don't really know. We certainly beat a much larger number of troops, however.
No!
Indeed, a noble death. The Moors don't like us, surprising, no one. Oh, Fez is
Away
not
with
happy.
you, infidel.
We're going to need to get a general down there ASAP. Who have we got available to us? There's no general here, unfortunately. Seville needs one. You could head down to Lisbon. Let's just hire a boat and get you moving down towards Fez. Hopefully you'll be safe there.
We shall continue tomorrow, my lord.
And you can actually go back to Lisbon, that's fine. I do probably want a couple of generals down in this part of the world. Let's move you guys up to Valencia, because I doubt people go for Murcia in the meantime.
Yes, my lord. Yes.
You can join him. It's fine. Let's get this fleet moving together. There's even someone on here. You can come down and join the Moorish campaign then, that's fine. We'll have 2 generals in this part of the world. Federico Oliveira, I'm so very sorry. That is an unfortunate death to Spearman, but that's okay. I think we're okay. With plenty of generals who don't have partners, but that's fine. We can probably sort that out as time goes on. The troops assigned Murcia, all the good ones, we can move up to Valencia to support that. We're pushing on Zaragoza. Now Toledo. What have we got going on here?
God will be with us, men. To battle.
Lots of cavalry, but apart from that, it doesn't look too troublesome. How is Telmo as a general? Relatively healthy, mutually minded, fertile, servant of heaven, king's eye, military education. Let's see if we can at least knock down some of their strength here. We might lose Toledo again for the 3rd or 4th time, but it is in the centre of Iberia, so that's kind of understandable. But if it means that we get to take out Aragon off the map, then that's very important to me.
My lord, the tide of battle seems to have turned against us.
Yeah, no surprises there.
Attack and halt this turn of events.
And this is a decent enough fortress. It's not a dual-layered one, unfortunately. I'm going to get my archers up here so they can shoot at things. Can you get up here, actually? No, you can't. You're not big enough, unfortunately. You can just sit here, along with the spearmen. And we'll get our cavalry together. Outside the walls, you go, please. They'll likely pull back, so we might be able to do something against the catapults here. Ooh, lightning and everything. Very symbolic. Let's see if we can at least take out their siege weapons. Their ballistas, their catapults. And go from there. They do have some skirmisher cavalry. We might be able to bait them into the towers if we're lucky. We've had some very close calls at Toledo before, and we have lost at Toledo before. But yeah, wham into the catapults. They're all a bit too far away to be that useful in terms of saving their comrades. You go into the ballista. Let's ensure both these siege weapons go down. Also, it's just less troops to fight another day. Okay, feudal knights and 2 units of skirmisher cavalry. So 2 heavy, 2 light cavalry. We're definitely outnumbered in terms of our cavalry. Oh, they're coming forward. Okay, time to go. Time to pull back. Have we taken out enough of the siege engineers? I don't think so. I think we might have done at the catapults. I don't think we've done so at the ballista, however. But our horses are slow. The skirmisher cavalry will catch up to them. I didn't ask you to stop. I asked you to keep moving. Oh, these are mailed knights, that's fine, really. If they were the light cavalry, it would be more problematic, but I'd rather pull back to where our towers will start firing. Fine. Are they going to follow us, or are they going to wait back here? I don't know. Let's find out. Get ourselves set up here. Could get a unit of archers up here, maybe. They could do some This unit of archers is long range. It's the first time we've kind of seen these archers in general. Can we get them to fire from the top of that hill? They might die in the process, however. That's something to bear in mind, but we'll see. They might be able to bait people into coming closer to the tower, so that's pretty useful. Right, you're down. Excellent. Out you come, please. And let's get you up on this hill, if we can. Because you might be able to do some good work of just baiting them forward. Thankfully, there's a very, very nice hill to work with up here. As long as you can make your way up there somehow, it'll be okay. You may not have the range that I'm looking for, but it's one way to test it, I suppose. If I push you forward to about here, you might have range. Oh, you're not far off. Should we go there, maybe? I'm just trying to bait these male knights into attacking if entirely possible. Can you shoot them now? Oh, you can. Excellent. Crack on, lads. You're winded, but you should be okay. You should be able to start shooting. You might just need a moment to organise yourself into position, that's fine. Can you shoot from this angle? It says you're firing. I'm not sure I believe the game when it says that. I need your arrows, lads. That's what you're here for, please. If you go here, I don't think you'll have the range, but let's try it. And I want you to be relatively protected if possible. So at least this hill will give you a little bit of strength. Yeah, so you can't quite reach there, unfortunately. You can there, though. You don't need to be going that far forward. If you stand here by the cavalry, are you close enough? No. If you go here... Now you can shoot. You can get your... Okay, you'll get your bow and arrow out this time, good. Not all of you, though, just... Really just the kind of back half, but that's fine. Really, the front half isn't actually attacking, but that's not a problem. Let's move them slightly, so that all of them can fire. And now, hopefully all of them will fire. No, it doesn't look like they want to. I'm determined to make this work somehow. Still just the back half wanting to fire. Oh boy, okay, they're pushing in now because they've, I think, lost one. We'll countercharge with our own cavalry. Archers, get out of there. Pull back up here. We'll get our... Okay, archers get back inside. Cavalry will pull back as well. They might chase us to the gatehouse, which would be good. Let's try to knock out as many troops as possible. They're already wavering. We could probably even just attack them again. So be wary of my general's health. Okay, they're routing now, that's good. Archers, get back inside, you've done your job, thank you. You baited them forward. You're also very tired from shooting all of, like, 20 arrows. You can just stay here. Let's see if they push forward any further. Or if they're just going to reorganise. Well, we've wiped 2 units of siege, and also their cavalry. We haven't wiped that unit of siege, but that's okay. We did have 13% of them at loss of 5% of our own. That's not bad. we will retreat back inside. And then we will finish our sally out, so to speak. Where are you guys going? Don't be silly. Right, everyone back inside, please. I did see them moving. Are they doing anything different? No, they're not. Why are you going around a different way? Get inside, come on. Don't be silly. Same with this general, he's going around a different way as well. Just get inside, you've all done your job for today, well done. You've knocked out some cavalry. And why are you going... No, stop that. Get back inside. Get back inside. Stop doing whatever you're doing, it's not what I'm asking you to do. But because this is sally out, everyone has to be back inside, otherwise we lose the battle. Come back here. I just want the gates to close so we can finish our sally battle, goodness me. Okay, everyone should be inside momentarily. We should be free to exit the battle. If you quit now, you'll lose the battle. Hang on. Anyone still outside? No one's outside. Interesting. Well, I don't want to lose the battle, so we're going to have to fight this, aren't we? We don't have much cavalry to work with. I thought we could have sallied out, but clearly not. Right. Well, we'll get ourselves set up as best we can here. I guess we'll try set up over here first. See if we can move them into attacking at us. No need to make everyone run though, it's a bit of a distance. Now my question is, has the skirmisher cavalry got the general? I think it has. Which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. If we can just make them fire all their stuff, and that shouldn't be too bad. But all I have is heavy cavalry, and they're not going to do particularly well at dealing with that, unfortunately. I did think we could sally out here, but that's unfortunate. The ballistas will probably start firing because they do have enough troops there to keep them firing. Are they moving forward? They're not. Well, we're going to have to move everyone forward. Then I don't see what else we can do. You guys are going to have to stay on non-skirmish mode because I'm going to need you to keep firing. Regardless, I think. The archers will be very... Yeah, our archers are already exhausted from the earlier excursion. Oh yeah, there's the ballista. Fine. Let's slow down time then. They're just going to sit there and let the ballista fire, aren't they? Our archers are nearly in range to start shooting. At some point, yeah, at some point they're going to actually start hitting us. Which is unfortunate. I'm not thrilled by those feudal knights either. Okay, here they come. I need to try to distract those skirmisher cavalry, or even attack them if I can get close enough. Mill Knights are charging first. Right, now pull back because you're going to get massacred against those skirmisher cavalry. You guys can start firing good. There's some javelin men out of position, let's take them. When I say they're out of position, they're really not, but we have to do something here. Oh, our cavalry's taking a big hit here. Just trying to do something useful here. Cavalry's taking a big hit here. We've got to get out. We've got to get out of here. This might be the loss of Toledo if we're not careful. I said I'm willing to accept the loss if it means taking out Aragon. You know, Toledo has always suffered. It's always been our weakest point. I don't think we're going to win this. Everyone pull back to the keep. Whoever's still alive, whoever's still alive needs to pull back to the keep ASAP. Because at least we might be able to shoot them with the towers.
Lord preserve us! We have lost half of our men.
Yeah, no surprises there. Get inside. Get inside, please. Come on, get through the gatehouse. You need to get inside, please. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, if we can now, we'll lose the battle. Well, there's not much we can do, really. We'll get on a glorious last charge against these skirmisher cavalry. Unfortunately, it hasn't got the captain in it. That might change things, but at this point, there's not much we can do. We'll take out as many of them as possible. And we'll have to come retake Aragon at a later stage, I think. Or retake Toledo, sorry. I was under the impression we were able to sally out, but clearly not. Okay, we've dealt with them. Just charge into whoever you can at this point. We're already dead. Maybe not into the Mailed-Foot Knights. That was a bit silly. Glorious last stand.
I pray the course of this battle changes, because defeat seems almost certain.
There goes our general.
Our foolish
Yep.
Lord preserve us. We have been dealt a stinging defeat today.
If we hadn't started out, it might have been okay to actually win that in the siege battle, but there goes Toledo. Relations worsened with the Papal States. They attacked me. I mean, I suppose we attacked them in some regard. We attacked them, and then they ended up taking Toledo. That's unfortunate, but we can still push on Zaragoza, and then we can loop around and probably knock through them.
I seek an honorable engagement, dear foe.
That's fine. Salamanca's going to need some more troops. Let's give it whatever we can here. Not Salamanca. Salamanca will need some more troops as well, though, that's for sure. Take an assassin, why not?
Yes.
Okay, send the turn. Keep our priests moving down into Fez to try and change the religious outlook on life down there. Fez is rioting because it doesn't have a general. Things are... I wouldn't say they're going badly, but certainly it's been a bit of a rough term with the death of 2 generals. That's for sure. I apologise if you hear me wiping my brow. It's very hot here in the UK, even at 1:30 in the morning when I'm recording this. And I'm rather much overheating. But I guess I'm just getting into the role-playing of playing as Portugal on the Iberian Peninsula. Yeah, nice and hot. Oh good, another heretic's dead. That's useful. We do need to make our amends with the Papal States, though, because at the moment they're not particularly thrilled with us. I really don't know if I want to set up a crusading force. I've got better things to do with my army. What we can do, we might set up a crusading force right as we see it's about to be taken. So then it says it shows we joined the crusade and allows us to hire some high quality crusading forces.
Words and not war for a change.
Sure. But I want some benefits out of it. How many regions have you got? Oh, you've taken a lot. You've taken York, Nottingham, Caen, Exeter, Winchester, Carnarvon, Bruges, Dublin, Galway, Rennes, Paris. I don't want any of the settlements, but still. You've got some money. I'm going to take some. 2,000?
This seems quite reasonable.
There we go.
An honour and a pleasure. Farewell.
Thanks, England. That was a completely pointless war. I probably should have asked some map information while I was there. That's okay. I managed to get 2,000 off them. I'd say that's worth it in the long run. Now, what are the Moors going to do, if anything? They're attacking Fez. How about that? I suppose while it's rioting, it's not a bad idea to do so. That was a bad decision to throw away my general's life.
This is not good, Lord.
It really depends
The enemy have laid siege upon us.
what's attacking us. If it's just like 6 units of spearmen, I don't think that's going to be a problem, but it probably won't be that. These guys are going to just walk through our territory. They're a crusading force. In general, crusading forces won't attack other Catholic nations. I don't think they're even allowed to, even if they're currently at war. A crusading army, I think, avoids all conflict. I was kind of hoping they were going to go through the Mediterranean Sea, but that's okay. We'll just auto-resolve that, because their spearmen aren't going to do anything of great importance, as it is just a fort. They're going to attack Salamanca, but we've got a few more troops inside now. And of course the Pope loves them, so he'll take no issue with this.
They come here to siege, but they shall leave here dead.
That being said, if we take out Aragon, I'd say that's a worthwhile thing to have knocked out one of our forces on the Iberian Peninsula. Man, they're just besieging everywhere at the moment, aren't they? Oh, Porto, we should be okay. I'm probably a bit more worried about Salamanca overall.
Lord, the enemy laid siege. What shall we do?
Not sally out and die unnecessarily. That's for sure. Yeah, we need to get the Crusader States on the side as well, because they're the they're who the Pope likes, or the Pope is from Crusader States, I should say. 3 settlements besieged at once, and apparently,
Your corpse will be
you know, apparently it's still okay for Leon to attack us. They are slowly losing favour with the Pope, but not quickly enough, really. Faction announcements, that's fine. Send you down to Fez.
Yes.
Oh, we can't because there's this bloody rebel force in the way.
Tomorrow, my lord.
That's fine.
My lord. Traveling.
We should be able to bring this on side anyway. Oh, Prince Yao has to join the Crusade. Okay, that's good to know. You want me to make this 35%? I'm sure that will happen. We don't have a general here.
As my lord wills, we march to battle.
What do we got? Some infantry, some decent infantry, the Arab and the Bedouins. 2 Safari cavalry, that's not something we're going to want to fight in the open field. And Waba ibn Salim. We might be able to do something with that. And we do also have more troops en route.
Your orders?
We'll land him over here.
Bless you, Lord. Back on dry land.
And he might be able to come lend a hand. We'll put the other general with him as
Yes, my
well.
lord. Leading the men ashore. Yes? Bringing our troops together.
I think we'll manage that. let's have a look at Porto next.
Talk is cheap.
That doesn't look too rough to me.
Yes, my lord. This is where
See
we shall
here,
meet
there's
the
this
enemy.
little symbol which means that if this army cannot flee from the battle, if it loses, all units will be destroyed. I still thought that allowed us to sally out, but apparently not. That is nothing but infantry, apart from that one unit of Hintes. We can charge out. When they besiege, we can just charge out of them, that's not a problem. I'm not risking the loss of my general for that.
I will
This
treat
one
you
at
honorably,
Salamanca
my
is a bit more of a
warrior.
problem. This one could be more problematic. Also, if we set it out, we're seen as the aggressor, unfortunately.
My lord, should we spare any of them?
Bit of a weird force, but there's also the faction heir here. He's unhealthy, though. So that's possibly useful. We won't fight that fight now, I just was curious to see how things are going there. But I think it's time for Aragon to
Yes. Close
pay
it
for what it's
battle.
done. King Mendo, it's you and some light men at arms.
The troops
Let's get it done.
assemble. Prepare for battle.
They're excommunicated. We're more than at liberty to do this without invoking the wrath of the Pope. Is my hope.
The battle seems to be swinging in our favor. From such tidings does victory emerge.
That's fine. We can just go with whoever's on the front lines can just do this. That's not a problem. You go there. You can go here. That should be plenty easy enough. And then we'll just get all our spearmen together. Or the remains. And they can push in, that's not a problem.
Our men have reached the walls with their ladders.
They can't, there's only one unit here, they can't protect
By the grace of
everything.
God, our siege towers are at the walls. Our enemy has nowhere to hide now. Our men have reached the gate with the battering ram.
Excellent. Well, you may as well throw things at them. If they're going to stand there and let those be taken, then that's fine by me. We'll get all our infantry together.
Our men have done well. The gates have fallen.
All of you can charge.
Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us now.
And then just charge the town centre. We'll just wait for everyone to catch up. Again, our melee infantry are by far the easiest ones to replace. So that's what we're going to use. Just waiting for everyone to catch up here. And charge. Bring the archers nearby for a bit of additional support if needs be.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
That's okay, we can manage. We'll bring the general somewhat nearby as well to help. And the archers can lend a hand. Although they may end up really shooting more of our own troops than actually helping. If they were to come out a different way, then that might be
Unwise to
better.
praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
We'll get our archers out of here, we don't need them. They'll just end up shooting our own troops, I would think. This is the last vestiges of the Aragonese kingdom, which is excellent.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle.
Because even though
and
we're being
forging-
attacked by...
My lord, our men have taken control of the city.
Even though we're being attacked by so many Leonese, Aragon will finally be off the field. just be one less person attacking us, and really they deserve it because they were incredibly arrogant and aggressive this entire campaign. Someone's routing, that's okay. It's only about like there's only 2 of them left.
The enemy king. This is a clear
There we go.
victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
Kingdom of Aragon is no more. More losses than we needed to take, but again, it's much easier for us to get these guys retrained. And we take Zaragoza. King Mendo goes down. King of Aragon is dead. With the date of the late Aragonese ruler, his heir succeeds to the throne. The royal houses... I didn't get through the rest of that. Let's sack it for fun. King of Aragon is dead again. Lots of things happening here. Faction reconciled the Kings of Aragon. That's only because they're also dead. Enemy army routs. The Cardinal dies because the King of Aragon doesn't exist anymore. And faction destroyed. The long legacy of these people has at last come to an end by your hand. Celebrations held in honour of your glorious conquest of their dominion erupt throughout the realm, with everyone from prince to pauper toasting your righteous reign. Thank goodness. Get a nice siege workshop here as well. And a mining network. This will be pretty good in terms of money, I'd imagine. Make us a pretty penny. Most importantly, we have taken out the Kingdom of Aragon. Next, our targets are Leon. And we might just need to... incur the wrath of the Pope. We'll have to see. Yeah, our faith is wanting. We are only slightly less bad in the eyes of the Pope than the Holy Roman Empire, but that's not really hard because the Holy Roman Empire is always in a bad way. Kingdom of Leon now has its allies. The Crusader States likes the Kingdom of Leon. That's another problem we're having. So, Salamanca under siege, Oporto under siege, and Fez under siege. So a lot to do next episode. But finally, we go to the faction ranking scroll. Go to... hang on. Living factions. Kingdom of Aragon is no more. What a wonderful sight that is. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.